Kia ora. My name is Karl Check. I'm a director at Foreseeable. I just wanted to talk to you today a little bit around the urgency of climate change. You have conversations with some businesses and they kind of say, well, hey, it's something that's way out there in the future, may not be happening to us at the moment. What do we need to act and what is this urgency all about? Well, the first thing that we all need to understand is we are in a climate emergency. There is no doubt about that. We're already starting to see the impacts of climate change, and we have a set amount of carbon emissions that we can release into the atmosphere. It's called our carbon budget. And by some estimates, this is going to run out in 2027. And when we say run out, that's really what we're talking about in terms of our best chance of limiting ourselves to a 1.5 degree world. Beyond 1.5 degree, getting us 2 degrees, we really don't know what that's going to look like. And there's all kinds of other things that come into play, such as feedback loops and other tipping points that may come into the mix as you get into those much higher warming amounts. So in terms of the science, it's pretty clear that we need to be acting with urgency today. If we start to think about the markets and what's happening in the markets, look, there's pretty much 5 key system changes that are going to start to happen and already happening across the energy system, the mobility system, food and land use, industry and manufacturing, and even in terms of carbon removals. They're all going through substantial shifts and changes right as we speak at the moment. You know, if you look at the mobility space, electrification of kind of everything is happening. Energy is rapidly decarbonising all around the world. Food is moving into these much more regenerative type models. There's starting to be an increase in plant-based diets, etc. So you can see those shifts in those particular systems starting to take effect, and they happen relatively rapidly. So if you're not understanding where you are in the mix and really thinking how is our business going to position ourselves in terms of those market shifts, you might get left behind. And then the third area is actually starting to think about reputation. And at the moment, in many countries, we're in a bit of a talent war. So to get the kind of the best people within our businesses, we need to be positioning ourselves, I suppose, on the right side of history in terms of climate action. People want to come and work for organisations that are actually doing things that are actually going to help tackle climate change. There is, some real legal aspects to this now. We're seeing the legal action starting to come through, where the laggards are being picked up by sort of groups and kind of being targeted in terms of legal action to move them forward. So there'll be customers that will come into the mix as well, even the communities that you're trying to do your particular infrastructure or your building projects, etc. And so three key areas really around urgency. One is, the science is there and it's telling us we need to act quickly. 2, the markets are shifting, you'll get left behind. And 3, there's a real reputational risk if you don't get on board. So just a quick note from myself today. So thanks for listening. Ngā mihi nui.